Hey creators, did you know that missing just one January tax deadline could cost you more than a new lens for your camera or your favorite design software subscription? Let's make sure that doesn't happen this year. Are you ready to keep the IRS happy without pulling your hair out? If we haven't met yet, I'm Corey, a small business bookkeeping expert helping creative entrepreneurs like you, photographers, designers, and freelancers, take control of your finances and reduce tax season stress. I love helping creative and freelancers eliminate the guesswork of bookkeeping. I know taxes can feel so overwhelming, but with a little guidance, it doesn't have to be. Before we dive in, I've got something special for you. My free tax season survival guide is packed with tips, deadlines, and checklists to help you navigate tax season stress-free. So it's in the description below. Just click that link. For today's lesson, we're talking about the main key January tax deadline, specifically for creatives like you. And then I'm going to share just a few actionable tips to help you get started and stay ahead. So let's get started with the January tax deadline. So this deadline technically has already passed, but I'm going to touch on it anyway. Estimated quarterly taxes. This is if you are self-employed. Don't forget to file your 4 estimated taxes by January 15th. So at the time that I'm recording this video, it is January 20th. So if you have not done that yet, you need to do that ASAP to avoid more late fees and penalties, okay? But that is a big one. This is for all of the Q4 estimated taxes for the previous year, which in this case, at the time of this recording, would be 2024. So make sure that you put that in your phone, you set a reminder. Your future self will thank you. Okay? If you need help with estimated taxes, reach out to a tax professional, or you can comment on the video estimated taxes, and I will send you another free guide that literally walks you through everything you need to know about estimated taxes. It's brilliant. Moving on to tax deadline number 2. The next tax deadline is January 31st. We have a couple things that are going to be due on this date. If you've hired anyone in your business, remember that W-2s must be sent to employees and the IRS by January 31st. Remember those postmark dates as well. They have to be postmarked by the 31st. Before is better, but at least by the 31st. If you have hired employees in the year 2024, this is for you especially. If you are not sure what the difference between an employer and a contractor is, check out my other YouTube video, Contractors versus Employees. It goes through every detail. It's packed as well. If you use a payroll software like Gusto, they will have you to review the payroll earnings and ensure that they are correct. Then they will actually send and file the W-2s for you. So they will actually send it to the IRS and they will send it to the employee itself. So super helpful. Other softwares do that too. It's not just Gusto. QuickBooks Payroll, I think, will do that as well. And there's a few others. ADP is a good one, but just make sure whatever software that you're using, that you make sure that those W-2s get sent by January 31st. Okay. And the last one is 1099 NEC forms. You may also be sending a 1099 MISC, MISC, but we won't go into that one today. But these forms are for independent contractors, and they are also due on January 31st. So for all of my freelancers, January 31st is your big day too. These 1099 NECs need to be sent out to contractors that you paid $600 or more. So if they've made $600, that applies as well. It can actually be a little more complicated than that. If an independent contractor was paid by credit card, debit card, business Venmo, or business PayPal, you will not issue a 1099. But if the contractor was paid $600 or more and was paid via cash, check, ACH, or Zelle, you will issue them a 1099. If a contractor is a corporation or is taxed as a corporation, basically you're an LLC, but you're taxed as an S Corp, they will not receive a 1099. Okay? Attorneys are the exception to the rule. If you have paid an attorney for any type of legal matter, they will also receive a 1099, regardless if they are a corporation or not. So, how do you know if a contractor is a corporation or even taxed as one? To issue a 1099, you will need to collect a W9 form from each contractor. Easy to remember because W9 and 1099, they both have nines in them. This ensures that you have all the information you need to actually submit the 1099 to the IRS. This W9 also shows what entity a contractor has chosen, which shows if they are a corporation or taxed as a corporation. If you have not started to get those W9s, I'd start now, like right now. You don't want to get behind, especially if you are going to use a software like Track 1099. At the time I'm recording this video, it's the 20th. Their postmark date, you have to have everything in before the 27th for it to be postmarked within IRS deadline. And they will also start adding fees as well if it passed I think it's 26th or 27th. So make sure that you get those in before that date. Okay. I'll include a link in the description to the IRS blank W9 to help get you started. Okay. So now we're on to fun tips to stay ahead of tax deadlines. So how do you even stay ahead of these? Use your tools like a calendar or a bookkeeping app. My tax season survival guide actually has a due date cheat sheet. It will literally show you all the due dates for the coming year. When I say it's packed, I mean it's packed. Another tip, dedicate 1 hour a week to organizing receipts or invoices. You even could spend that time tracking your income and expenses to get ready for filing your taxes. And then the last step, create a tax checklist to avoid surprises. And guess what? That free guide already has a checklist for you. You don't even have to make one. So you just print it out. So think of taxes like a creative project, but maybe just a little less fun. But hey, a little effort now saves a ton of stress later. Remember, if you want to make tax season a breeze, grab your free tax season survival guide below. Remember, it's your step-by-step cheat sheet to staying on top of all those deadlines. It has the deadline cheat sheet. It has checklists. It has a tax organizer. Okay, so there you have it. Your must-know January tax deadlines and tips to stay ahead. Let me know in the comments which deadline are you tracking first, or drop your favorite tax tip below. If this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with a fellow creative, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips to master your finances. Let's make this your most stress-free tax season yet. You've got this.